Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to, I think we're on day 3 of Doki Literature Club. Well, this is the second stream, so welcome back. So we're on the third day, I think. I'm sort of starting to form my opinions of the characters. I think I like Yuri and Sayori more. Monika does seem quite level-headed, but I feel like it might not be appropriate to make
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
goal in the dating
we're on
sim.
day 3 of Doki Literature Club.
I had to mute I had YouTube open. Yuri does seem more intelligent and passionate about her interests, and I can appreciate how she's able to really put things into words when she gets into it. Sayori is, of course, the Ditz, but one big merit for her is that she's put up with my character, who's clearly a NEET in training, and at first appearance is kind of a jerk. I'm not a big fan of Natsuki or really yandere characters in general. Does the yandere archetype really have any analog in mainstream Western culture? For that matter, does it exist apart from Japanese media and Japanese culture? I find behavior in that realm to be antisocial. For example, if you're a yandere character flirting with a real life person, a guy, and he decides to, go for it and flirts back, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, no, I don't think that at all. Well, of course, what's the guy gonna do? He's gonna weigh course correct. He's gonna be like, oh god, I screwed up. If I continue to approach this, then I'm gonna get in trouble. That's just how it is these days. So I just can't see the yandere archetype really as anything I can't see the yandere archetype as anything less than just antisocial. Like, it wouldn't work in real life. I'm kind of curious how it got to be a thing in the first place. So, anyway, this is something I touched on last stream, was that in these kind of games, a lot of them will do the minimum to establish the character's motives or personality in order to allow the player to inhabit the vessel of the main character. So when you have an unsympathetic main character that you don't personally like, as is kind of happening with this so far, I mean, he's kind of mean to Sayori, you have to reconcile it. So either you try to wrest that character into control with the choices you make, or you could try to make your decisions in line with how you think the character would as it's established to you, which is what I'm going to go for. A lot of people keep dropping hints that there's some kind of secret horror or psychological play in this game. I get it. Don't spoil it for me. But since this game has, however, presented itself to me as what's ostensibly a run-of-the-mill dating sim in every aspect, I'm going to respect that and treat it as such until such a time comes that I don't have to. So that's where I'm at right now. So we've joined a book club. We've shared some poetry around, and I think what's next is that I have to make my next poem. So let's go and do that here. And I know it's I think this is running on RenPy. It's being a little weird with OBS open, so we'll see what I can here. Okay. Let's, I tried to do something happy with the poem last time, but we're gonna try, with a twirl of her hair and a laugh. We're laughing together. We're friends. We play games through thick and thin, through tears and joys. Okay, unrequited love. Okay, how about... Section... Oh. Let's see here. Stream froze. What? Amazing, vivid. This seems a bit like a chore. Heaven sent. Hearts. The universe. I'm just gonna skip through the rest of these because clearly it doesn't have much of an effect on the plot. I mean, there's words. Chocolate. Unrestrained. Happiness. Tenacious. Sparkle. And pure. Treasure. Gotten a lot more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. What voice did I do? Hey, Choco! Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Still not used to you being in the club, that's all. Somebody's messaged me saying I shouldn't stream this. I'm gonna do it anyway. If it gets... It didn't have like a... That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. It's still not very nice. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Would you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. It's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Okay. Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want to look at... Okay, so I don't know if this is like a boundaries thing with him. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. It's not fair. How do you even know? So, oh wait, I have this skip thing turned on here. How do I don't know how to turn that off. Do I? So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I'd lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Ugh. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you... He really is not a very nice guy. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Okay. Yuri, tell Choco to let me borrow some money. That's Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. You wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... Huh? A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Because I paid my restitution! Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper, takes a big bite. Oh, so good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue! You're going through a lot just over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Wow, she is incorrigible. Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Wow, okay. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't heard either. It's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Oh yeah, she's the farm girl. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Yeah. Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware that you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monika. That's... Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Choco. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow has finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. To read her manga. Choco! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? The supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up. Me and Monika were gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Okay, Monika. We'll be back soon. You gonna go in with Choco to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. No, but I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Choco? Yeah, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. She finds pleasure in the simplest things. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Sayori. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? Not sure how you would even make an event out of literature. Me and Monika have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yeah. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? What kind? Well, everyone's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. That sounds, kinda dull. Choco! You're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I done thee? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that! Sorry. How do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take it seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. It's really hard on this, you know. I know. Just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your normal self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I'm so excited. The festival's gonna be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey, Choco, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. Mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. It's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. Another time, maybe she does seem like a pretty free spirit. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole up in my room more and more. So, going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet, and I follow. I'm a little nervous about this closet. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too. Kind of dirty, though. She starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color name. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. I mean... At least move aside so I can look at the poster paper. Dropped one. Oh. Okay. Ah! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. Ow. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow! You okay? My forehead! She clutches her forehead. Jeez. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. I'll just do it for a second. Come on, it'll be alright. Another sus frame here. She slowly releases her hands from her forehead. Gently brush her bangs to one side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. Bumps starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. It's messaging me. Man, that's gonna swell up. Should find you some ice. Choco. Why would I even find ice around this time? What does a cold drink would do? You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Alright. Pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. Look at the nearest vending machine. Now, what should I get? Doesn't really matter since it would be used as an ice pack rather than the drink. The writing in this game really reminds me of like baby's first fan fiction kind of thing. Like, for example, Sayori made a joke, and then the narration points out that she made a joke. It's telling me what happens when a lot of it can be done in dialogue. It's kind of redundant. Sorry, although that might be because it is in first person narrator, a flawed narrator. I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I get her an apple juice. I might skip some of these lines, actually. Sayori has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they're already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here you go. Hands Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. She opens the cap and starts drinking from it. What's she got up to her head here? Oh, is that the apple juice? Sorry, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Ah! Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sorry, places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. It's like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Choco, this kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Oh, what do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like, I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. Sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I'd get myself hurt. Fall, scrape myself, or get a bump. I'd start crying really hard. And you'd rush over as quick as you could. You tried really hard to get me to stop crying. It's almost like you blamed yourself or were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it wasn't really your fault at all. Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. Guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So, in a way, it was my fault. Kind of imagining them being carrying around like a Game Boy or something, playing, Pocket Monsters green. Kind of like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Choco. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. It's kind of glazing me up here. Even after all these years, you're rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. That's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Choco, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college. Or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? Can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are... Man, everybody changes. Everybody changes a lot. I'm so happy. Sari has a whimsical expression in her eyes. ChatGPT has ruined the word whimsical for me. When ChatGPT first came out, I like pretty much everyone made it write some fiction or whatever, or just to see what it could do. And it loves to use the word whimsical. It also likes to comment on the human spirit when it's like wrapping up a story or something. I'm not saying that this is AI generated, but whimsical is just kind of reminds me of ChatGPT's worst writing ability. Nowadays, I just use it for like, can you update this bit of code or something? She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monika, Good luck with that. She's going to see your forehead either way. Not if I had it under my bangs. Sari hops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast. Ugh. Oh, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. She plays with the banks to try to hide the bump without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine. Don't worry about... I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? I have it right frantically glances around herself. I forgot all this stuff? Calm down. I have it all right here. Found the poster paper, too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Choco. Well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure! Yeah. That. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess you should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Go with Monika again. We haven't seen much of Yuri. Hi again, Choco. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure. There you go. She's kind of got a teacher-y vibe to her. She's definitely she's definitely the leader here. I'll give my poem to Monika. All right. It's pretty good. Makes me think of Sayori like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy. I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. You can talk to me I can't talk today. You can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, unapproachable or anything, am I? Oh, no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. Sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's go. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, creating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless... Load me? What? Lead me? Load me? No, it says load me. It's weird. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it in that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Is this like the developer self-insert? Okay. Alright, where were we? I guess I'll, do that. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That was something. Alright. Well, so the game's kind of slow paced. Okay, what about the let's go with the Ditz. Choco. I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Huh? No way! Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Stop thinking of weird things. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? You somehow make everything in life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So, yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through... Oops. Through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you. I pat her head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. You sure about that? Maybe. She starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Choco, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because... Well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Oh, Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Oh. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap! Ah! I broke my pencil! Sayori hastily pins down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive, she's gonna bump her head again. She bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get it for you. Pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. A little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab her arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. It's not as good as yours. I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles. I pop out my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. So, she's taking the happy thoughts out and putting them in bottles? Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be from my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, echo, echo inside my head. It's kind of dismal. I don't. So her poem yesterday was really kind of a surface level. I like waking up in the morning. You know, I like looking at the road, and I'm hungry. Just these very base, you know, normal, simple thoughts. And this one, holy crap! Sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. Really. It seems a little... I don't know. I was told that this game does deal with depression. Actually, somebody told me that this game also deals with suicide, so I don't know if it's going to be graphic or not. If it does get graphic, I might... I don't know. I'm not super into things like horror. So, anyway, though. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing's like magic. Gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. She's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Wonder if this is one of those times. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. So, you know, when you express yourself in a way that you're not usually used to doing it, especially if you're particularly raw or open about it, you're kind of putting yourself out there. You're kind of taking a risk. I mean, every time you express yourself, you're taking a little bit of a risk. And to be told it's creepy or something A lot of times, I feel like Sayori, maybe she's putting on a facade. I don't know if she has a difficult life or something. But if she's struggling with depression, oh gosh, I hope that she's not the one that takes her life. Let's go with Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Oh. Well done, Choco. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your readers to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the skittering of a raccoon outside my windows. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, inert. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm really projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Okay. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know it's my fault, but I can't imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit close to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's these sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Choco? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. Might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Oh, Yandere. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Whew. Huh? Whew, what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, I think she missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Think so? Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. She has a type all of a sudden? I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around... Okay. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away letting go of the balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone. Okay. Like, I get that. I'm not going to comment on this one. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of a poem is an ignorant jerk. The subject meaning Amy or the writer? Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks my... You know, that doesn't matter. It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. Yeah, I've been hearing a little bit about that today. I think it was Yuri. That just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as it's not hurting anyone and makes them happy. You know, I've heard this line of logic a zillion times. And I can't really agree with it wholesale. I think it needs a little bit more nuance because it's applied equally to a lot of things. There are some behaviors, for example, some behaviors or hobbies or actions that, for example, can tend to be all-consuming. Playing video games can be one of them. Video games are games, of course. They're designed to be fun. They're designed to be engaging. And some people, of course, will withdraw and make their entire life about video games. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on video games, of course. But another example is people in the furry community. There's nothing wrong with liking anthropomorphic animals. I mean, coming from me, I run a community filled with all kinds of furries. But there are some people that will end up making it a core part of their identity or replacing some of who they are with their idealized furry version of themselves. And it may even go so far that they can't get by socially unless they're at a furry convention, or they feel isolated. They feel like they can only get along with the other furries. And the furry movement used to be, I think the party line was love and acceptance or something like that, or it was along the lines of, you can be whoever you are. You could be a salaryman, you could be a business person, an artist, this or that. You could be an electrical engineer, and especially for the fursuiters, dress up in a costume and interact with other people and walk around and have fun, make little squeaky noises or whatever they do. And it's kind of like a weekend escape. You get to role play, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But if you make it such a big part of yourself that you cannot exist apart from it, then that's a problem. And that may be something that's not hurting anyone and making them happy. A lot of people, but I've known people that have gotten into it and withdrawn from their families or whatnot, and it's not when it causes that change, when it takes away from the normal challenges of life that would force you to grow, it can be an issue. So I'm not saying that you should judge furries. I mean, I for a while kind of was, I did like a fur-sitting thing. That was back in 2000. That was 2015 going into 2016. I kind of got out of it after that. But I had a lot of people influencing me at that time. The point is, who cares about what someone likes as long as they're not hurting one and it makes them happy is an overbroad statement, and I think it really deserves more nuance. So there's my lecture of the day. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. That's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I'd judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. She feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I'd say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. That's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. Just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? But, Monika... Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. The cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think that it's that bad of an idea? No, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, she shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite the poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. And Sayori looks worried. Guess it leaves me no choice. He's gonna be the tiebreaker. I agree. You see, this is where I would expect the game to give me a choice. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. They're establishing the motives of this character, but I guess if it's necessary to drive the plot forward. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. At least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments yet. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? She dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Oh, of course. Now, let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. She begins reciting the poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. You've shown me 2 poems so far. Why not show me this one? She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? That's around. Everyone's got their eyes on her. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Monika finishes the recitation. 4 of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Whoa. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. This is pretty cute. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and in structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. Is it now? Everyone joins me applauding afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, it's that we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of a chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. She begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. Soft voice, okay. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from her voice also almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew, through and through. Finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Choco liked it. I guess that's a good sign. It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little bit more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Well, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Choco. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Choco lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. Just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, the poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if given life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's a little embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. That's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that all of you have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised at putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me real happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out real nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait! I can do this. Alright. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori had in Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. Just for the sake of the club. And impressing Monika. I just have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay. Choco, you don't have to say it. go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori has been a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Yeah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, since it's her asking... That's a good question. Well, let's weigh the two. I don't really know Yuri that well. Since it's Sayori asking that... I don't know. Oh, that's right. Monika said Monika's little warning to say before a tough decision. I guess if the game developers... so is Monika like the self-insert of the game developer? Because she's... You know how characters in games will sometimes tell you how to press, what buttons to press and whatnot? Kind of feels like that. It almost seems like she's advocating for save scumming. Well, let's, Oh, why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard for it is to socialize, it would feel awful turning her down. Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it! Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everything's different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. You say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. It's kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. If there's something that makes her happy, I'd hate to take it away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Alright, that is the end of day 3. I think I'm going to cut it off a little early today. I do have some other stuff I got to do. We're actually working on making plushies for a pseudo memo. We're going to be doing like a kind of a poll to gather interest. We have a couple different designs that we're trying to decide between. So we're probably going to do a little community poll and see which ones people like the most. We might do like a ranked choice voting kind of thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yep. Take care.